Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. Major event during the Asian session was the People's Bank of Canada loan prime rate, which has been cut from 3.10 to 3.3% as expected, and Reserve Bank of Australia interest rate decision. And again, the interest rate was cut from 4.10 to 3.85 as expected. Together with the interest rate decision, RBA issued the rate statement and monetary policy statement. German PPI data increased from minus 0.7 to minus 0.6, but it is still below the expectations of minus 0.3%. At 10 o'clock, Bank of England MPC member Peer will give a speech, and then a few hours later, 10 to 2 o'clock, German Buba Vice President Buch will give a speech. Major events during the US session are core CPI data from the from the Canada, scheduled for release at 2:30. Global daily trade price index from New Zealand is scheduled for release at 5 o'clock, and at 10:30, the last event of the day, API weekly crude oil stock data are scheduled for release. So the major events were already published overnight. They took place during the Asian session, so very easy and calm session is ahead of us. So without any further ado, let's take a look at charts. We start with euro dollar. Euro dollar for our chart is showing us a sign of a breakout higher. We just made a local high at 1.1289, which is above the upper channel line, but still below the 100 periods moving average. Nevertheless, a few hours later, we have another wave to the upside made by bulls, and the local high was 1.1274. So the bulls are challenging the 89 local high level. Any breakout higher opens the road towards the level of, let me just take a look here. It's not that far away. Anyway, this is 1.1382. This is the local technical resistance. So this level now, 1.1214, will act as the technical support. So we change the color to green, and it looks like with this kind of a momentum, a strong positive momentum, 61 points, bulls are in charge of the euro dollar, looking higher. Australian dollar. For our time frame chart, it doesn't actually look like anything happened overnight, because the interest rate decision were made in line with the expectations. The market keeps trading inside of the tight range. We got 6,517 as the technical resistance, and the level of 6,000, let's say 360 as the technical support. And there is one more level here just below this one, 6,347. So like a free pip zone, quite nice domestic zone of eventual demand. And then there is 6,504, which is the technical resistance. The market keeps moving around this 100 periods moving average, and momentum wise, we just moved below the level of 50 after a short spike towards the internal level of 6,468. So we are waiting basically for a breakout out of this range, either to the upside or to the downside. For now, even the interest rate decision doesn't actually help in neither bulls nor bears to move somewhere. So Australian dollar moves sideways, keeps moving sideways, no changes here whatsoever. We got some data from the China, so let's take a look at the US dollar to the Japanese yen, because that data might affect the Asian trading, generally the Asian trading and Asian traders. We got the breakout. So we got the breakout below 100 periods moving average at 144.78 on a 4-hour time frame chart, and we have a breakout below that trend line. But this is a 4-hour candle. It hasn't been closed yet. So right now, obviously, we can add the technical resistance, but we need to wait for for the candle to close, right? So this technical resistance is obvious, right? Now 144.26, it's still not enough for the best. There's still room to the downside on the RSI. There's still plenty of room to the downside here. The nearest swing low and technical support is located at 142.35. So this is where we are heading right now on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen after this very steep movement to the downside. As you can see it, very aggressive decline of the momentum, and now bears are in control of the market. The level of 50, the neutral level, has been rejected because the Buch tried to break higher above the technical resistance at 146.11. They failed, and now the market keeps pushing lower. What is going on the let's take a look at the S&P 500 crude oil. Okay, so let's just finish with the Bitcoin, because there is a very interesting situation here. The Bitcoin again, first it was rejected from the supply zone, which is very high, close to all-time high. Let me just move this supply zone. There you go. So this is our supply zone, yeah, the pink rectangle. Now it moved a little bit, pulled back a little bit lower towards the level of 102,000 basically, and then again we got the movement to the upside. Again we broke out of this range and we tried to move higher. We almost broke above yesterday's high. As you can see, momentum moved back to the positive territory, the 60 points on the RSI, and the market is right now very close to the upper range level, 105,753, let's say, and we are trading here. Right now there's a rejection. However, it doesn't actually look like the bulls want to give up on this situation here. So there is a very interesting thing going on here. As you can see, bulls are trying to move higher. Bulls are trying. All right, the bears are just react when the price is actually inside of this supply zone. So please be careful today with the zones, because we might see a rip to the upside today, because the bulls are still in charge of this market. The similar situation is on the Ethereum. All right, the Ethereum moved from the 50% Fibonacci retracement down towards the level of 2,321 and bounced almost towards the level of 2,584. All right, so we are back into the positive territory. The momentum is on the level of 53, so it's not strong, but it's positive. So any movement up, especially above the 50% of the Fibonacci retracement, is very good for the bulls, obviously, and we should see higher levels quite soon. So we might see some sort of the bullish engulfing pattern for today, as the momentum went lower on a daily time frame chart, right? So from the extremely overbought conditions down towards the level of 61 points, but it's still strong and positive momentum. So as long as we stay above this level here, I mean, the 100 period moving average is 2080. The technical support is 2191. So as long as we stay above these levels, the outlook remains bullish, but there is still 50% Fibonacci retracement, 61% Fibonacci retracement, and the technical resistance at 2919. So there is still obstacles for the bulls before we will eventually go above the level of $3,000. So today, please keep an eye on the Ethereum as well. The bulls are trying to move higher. Let's see how this will go. The intraday, look at this. Last thing from the technical point of view, the intraday trend line from the yesterday high and today's breakout is still valid. So we got a very nice short-term trend line. We got the breakout. Now it's possible that we are doing the test of the breakout from the upside, and the market is ready. If it's ready, then we go higher. We should continue after the breakout to move higher. First 50% Fibonacci retracement, then technical resistance, then 61% Fibonacci retracement. Ethereum is lagging the Bitcoin. Nevertheless, the dominance is still building up on the Ethereum in cost of the Bitcoin, right? But it looks like the boost on the Ethereum might have its chance to rally even higher. Well, the immediate targets are on the chart. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.